So anyway,
but I want to just get back to this. When you talk about, we are talking about the issues. I work really hard. I have the qualifications. I have a good record to run on, an excellent record. Practically, I have a perfect voting record on pro-life. I have a perfect voting record on supporting Second Amendment rights. Mm-hmm. I've never voted to increase taxes. You really can't work harder than we do, and my staff is excellent. My opponent has, you got a guy that says he runs his family business and he makes $23,000 a year.
What's he make? Marble curbing or something? Is that what it is?
That's what he claims. But how do you, and then I just don't see how he wanted to be an actor. He said he joined the Army. He actually didn't join the Army. And then he said, well, my father didn't let me actually get deployed. But I'm like, you never even went to
all that big money come from?
You never even went to boot camp. You could have joined when you were 18 if you really cared.
He says you spent campaign money on your own personal business.
Absolutely not. Okay. Never have.
You have publishing interests and all that? Or?
I don't know. Right now, we don't spend any money on our family business. Now, when I had a printing company, we did some. That was like back in my first term.
I don't blame you for that.
There's nothing wrong. We did it because, we paid. But the worst part is I had to pay top rates.
Right.
So, it didn't help my campaign, and my family doesn't donate to me. All of Fratto's family is all his maxed out donors, other than he's got this guy who's like a Kosovar arms and drug dealer who's about to be sentenced for that, who's one of his biggest donors.
Like from the Balkans?
Yes.
Kosovo?
Some really? Bizarre connections. He's very pro-Albanian, apparently.
Okay.
Not Albanian, Kosovo.
When you were in the Utica
I used to live in Yugoslavia.
Okay, well, they had a lot of Balkan people move into Utica.
Bosnians. We had a lot of Bosnians. I did the first Bosnian newspaper in Bosnian, and he's trying to run this ad. I support legal refugees. They're legal. Mm-hmm. I don't support illegal immigrants. I started the Northern Border Security Caucus. I've been up to the border. Tom Homan has endorsed me, our own resident here. I am very, very strong on the border, but I want to just say you conflate that I support legal refugees. Sure. I don't support illegal immigrants. I have signed and done numerous bills. We have deportation bills all over the place that I've supported, and I do. We have to at this point.
We see all the video on Fox from Eagle Pass, Texas, and all the people coming in, San Diego and all that. And I read the other day, and it really didn't get much play, but up near Messina, Cornwall, Ontario, there's some traffickers arrested, and they said there were hundreds of people that had come across there. And we never hear about that up here, though. What's the deal on that?
Well, we've got a thing called the Akwesasne Mohawk Reservation. Right. And we also have Kathy Hochul, who is the troopers report to Kathy Hochul, the New York State Police. They do a tremendous job. But I know a lot of it is political because you have the governor, who's the political appointee. 85% of the people on the terror watch list are coming across the northern border. That's why this is so critically what's happening here. People have sent me their trail cams of people just walking across the border in Clinton County and other parts up in the Swanton sector, which is just outside my district. But we have had an incredible increase. So you hear Elise talking about it. Sure. These are real problems because what it does is it threatens our security, but it also threatens our economy and our relative wealth, whether you make $50,000 a year or you make, $1 million. They're taking away our wealth by the resources that we are using from our taxpayers. $3.5 billion in the last 2 years just of New York State resources, not to mention all the federal resources and all the contractors and people we pay to provide clothing, food, phones, everything that we're doing, hotel rooms. And then forcing our local governments to pick up and take care of these people.
How does this work where I see I understand the people crossing the Rio Grande, but the people that are flown in, how is that? What's the rationale for that? The ones they fly them into Westchester Airport or wherever they come from. How can you just fly in?
It's totally against our immigration laws. You have to go to a port of entry. You can't just fly into a destination and be placed there. And they're getting caught on that. There's going to be some oversight. I wish I were on that committee, but there's some oversight hearings that are going to happen on that. But part of the problem is that the Democrats are letting these people come in, and Joe Biden issued an executive order in 2021, which tasked all of our federal agencies. It tasked them to do vote harvesting, to get registered voters, get people involved, and get their votes. And now we found an internal memo that Susan Rice is organizing all this. With all of her different, very Democrat, left-leaning third-party
organizations.
She's the
president, isn't she?
In a way, yeah. Well, she's the shadow president.
Okay, well,
I think so. The whole Obama team has got to be running it behind the scenes.
President Obama had to lead him off stage last night.
I know, but the scary thing about this is that they are trying to get these illegal immigrants registered, and they're going to get those ballots. They're not going to show up at the polls.
No.
They're going to get those ballots in the box, and once they're cast, you can't take them out because you don't. That's it.
Yeah.
We've got to stop that from happening. It's completely undermining our right to vote.
Well, early voting's going on now in your race,
Yep.
so you can go down to the County Board of Elections, and you're getting value for your appearance because this is being simulcast on our talk station up in Ogdensburg, WQTK.
Oh, wonderful.
92.7, and I got a text. Mayor McDougal from Governor is listening. That's Dee Dee Scozzafava's husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a bit of North Country.
I remember her from the state's legislature. She was there a long time ago.
All of a sudden she switched. She became a Cuomo or something or other.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not a Democrat, is she?
Well, she is now. She used to be a Republican.
Oh. Most people go the other way when they get, they get
when John
common
McHugh
sense.
got out, she was supposed to be.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then the whole Doug Hoffman thing and all of that. I don't know if you remember all that, but that's a long time ago.
There were some three-way races going on up here where they ended up, that's how you ended up with Owens, right?
Owens.
Right.
And then Stefanik after that, of course. How's she doing?
Elise?
We never hear from her anymore.
Oh, well, Elise is busy. She's the conference chair. She's probably running around the country trying to help us.
Is she going to be the vice president or?
I don't know. I mean, you got to ask her that when she comes on.
Well, there's so little of her district. It's in our sphere of influence, but I don't know. Hey, we do have a call coming in. I've been waiting. Why don't we do that? All right. Okay, good afternoon. You're on the hotline.
Yeah, Jeff, this is Mario Fratto. Just calling in and asking Congresswoman Tenney why she won't debate me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't hear the call. Oh, I can hear the caller now.
Your opponent's calling here. Fratto.
Yeah, I want to know why she won't debate. If all these lies were true, she'd have me dead to rights. Why won't she just debate?
Yeah, there's no reason to debate someone that lacks credibility and runs smear campaigns. And President Trump didn't debate any of his candidates.
Claudia, you guys are lying. Everything you just put on your flyer got fact-checked today by the Buffalo News. It's all lies.
Actually, it's not.
You have no record to run.
Let me ask you, can you explain to this people in the audience, why did you say you joined the Army when you didn't?
Okay.
We're on the base. I just at Fort Drum. You said, I joined the Army on a podcast. You said, I joined the Army on a podcast. Explain to the voters what the stolen valor is about.
A single-issue vote for taxpayer-funded sex changes. Headline, Tenney and Catco break with GOP on gender surgeries. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
Everyone knows you're a liar.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Mr. Fratto.
On your record.
Go clean up your financial statement and there'll be a credible person.
Okay, listen.
Bye.
Sir, we got to go because you can be on the show and stop up later this month. Be glad to have you, okay? Thank you, sir. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure I would have called in.
He's very unprofessional. He goes around and, he wears a baseball cap and a very untrimmed beard. He doesn't look professional. I know that I respect this district and the people in it. I want to look professional when I go to work. You never see President Trump without a tie and without a shirt. Very rarely. Maybe when he's on the golf course, but I have great amount of respect for the people who serve this community, whether they're in government, whether, and it's fine to be casual, but when you're out looking for votes from people, put together a credible record. Don't put together a financial statement and make, you gotta
looking for votes, so.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I know, you're right. But it's but at the same time, I'm here to serve the community. Mario Fratto, what has he done? Has he ever helped our veterans? Has he served in any of the charitable organizations that work so hard to help needy people in our communities? I've done that since I was a child. My parents took me to Meals on Wheels. We were involved in every organization. I mean, our family has done this we've served our community. My dad served our community, my mom. He doesn't do anything. He just wants to be a star. He wants to run for Congress because he wants to be a performance artist. He's a failed actor. He's a failed lawyer. These are questions that people need to look at. How come you can't put together a decent financial statement and you expect to deal with the questions with our national debt? That's insane. And by the way, again, his whole discussion about the procedural, whether I voted for transgender surgeries, it was a procedural vote, part of NDAA. It was a specialty vote. It was 2017, and it was one of those votes where we had General Mattis was talking with us. General Jack Bergman, the highest-ranking officer ever to serve in the United States Congress, was asked us to vote that way on that bill. It was not in support of them. My record it's not a reflection of my record. It was because we were trying to get the Department of Defense to change that rule that had been done under Ash Carter under President Obama. So that's the simple explanation, which, by the way, it's been asked and answered 1,000 times. No need to debate this.
Any other
guy.
market but this.